So they've got plenty of attackers up top. And the referee says play on.
Ooh.
But a couple of physical encounters right there. I mean, the first the jersey tug, and now watch this. Boom.
Looked like a linebacker trying to fill a hole there, Brian. A little bit of a boomstick there from the Minutemen as now Perkins kind of pushing back against this Lexington attack here early in this one.
Definitely holding their own in the first 6 minutes as that one's chipped. And it's handled out of the air by Stewart. But they gave themselves a good opportunity. This one obviously from exactly 40 yards out. Had a couple of players tracking underneath it. Two saves thus far for Nolan Stewart. Didn't get tested much at all in the first couple of playoff games for Lex. And the work rate up top, you really like what we see from this Jon Slay. Keeping some pretty consistent pressure right now on the back line of Lex.
Yeah, here early, they're really, pushing the attack here is Perkins. Limiting the opportunities for, Will Perkins on Lexington's side and Alex Depperschmidt, because that's kind of like where the Minutemen get their offenses, where they're potent is when they can get it outside. That Depperschmidt or Perkins, and they can use their speed and their passing ability to, to be able to find feet. And so far here early, this Pirates attack has been winning.
Lex trying to turn the page. They've missed on that ball on a couple of occasions already, though. Give it up to the pressure of the midfielders for the Pirates. As here comes Perkins, threads it in. Depperschmidt turns, looking to make a move. So crafty, big shot, but a diving save.
Man, what a move right there from Depperschmidt to even be able to get a shot off. And he got a great look, too, but even a better save from the keeper from Perkins.
That's Noah Slay, one of the captains. Extending, using every inch. So the game remains scoreless here. Just about 8 minutes in. District Semifinal contest, winner advancing to Thursday's final. A match that's been decided by Lexington and Ontario just about every season here for the last half decade. Coach Peter Tem, I believe this is year number 11 for him. I think he's played in the district title game every year.
He's an impeccable coach. He's definitely one of the brightest, smartest coaches that I've been around in the soccer game. Haven't been involved with it too much, but from what I know, the guy knows his stuff.
I don't know if I'd say bright or smart necessarily with Pete, but he definitely is a soccer guru, that's for sure. Perkins, good setup to the outside. Going to be called offsides, though. Looked like George about a step too far, perhaps. Take a look on the Barrister Title Group replay. Nice thought process and creativity.
I'm surprised George could get out in front of Perkins so far with the kind of speed he has. Close call, but I think the right one is. Seen a goal kick there from Slay. And now the Pirates trying to get an attack here.
Off the cross, back post, and the header goes air from Ryan Wells. Beautiful delivery, though.
From the games that I've seen Lexington, it's only been a few, but from what I have seen, they have not allowed this kind of attack here early since I've seen them. I've seen them against Clear Fork. I've seen them even against Bay. And even Bay didn't have this kind of opportunities against them. So Perkins, they're finding some things and finding some rhythm here. Is now Depperschmidt trying to get something to go, but the Pirates will clear it.
And they'll probably need at some point to get a special type of a play from Alex Depperschmidt. Definitely going to be an all-state player this season. And here he is, a little bit of space. Pirates laying back off of him. And that one's going to be headed back out. Though no clear here from Perkins. And Will sends one well over the top. Third shot here for Lex, just one of them thus far been on frame. That was that big shot from Depperschmidt, saved by Normington Slay.
So a decent amount of action here early in the first about 10 minutes. About 29 minutes and 13 seconds remain here in this first half. And I thought Lexington was going to come out and really assert dominance in that early going, Brian. But Perkins, I mean, they're hanging right with them. Lexington had a couple more opportunities, but I think Perkins has had even the better quality of shots. So we'll see what happens in the rest of this first half.
This guy's been obviously the big part of the engine revving, Jon Normington Slay. He's got excellent speed, and you see impeccable size, too.
Yeah.
Don't see a ton of forwards that stand head and shoulders above defensive back lines, especially one like Lexington has, but that's the case here. So he's a dangerous threat, and look forward to seeing how they continue to try to utilize him, getting the ball with the big deep shots, and then also just seeing if he can create on his own.
That one great opportunity that he did have, I thought he could have maybe took one more touch and got a better shot on him. But he's got a leg on him. He uncorked that and had some velocity on it, too. And it almost slid through the goalkeeper for Lexington's leg. So, like his thought process there. We'll see if they can cash in on here. Is there got a good set piece here.
Second foul on Lexington. And it's going to set up Dylan Swander. Ball bending back post, but too tall that time for Jon. Looks like Lex got a throw-in coming from as deep in the corner as you can possibly be. Quick substitution. Now Eric gets it in. Depperschmidt, look at how he uses the body. Shields off the defender. 3-on-4 formulating here for Lex. He goes to work. And that one just didn't have the angle. 4 defenders all around him.
Yeah, they seen as soon as he was, coming with a full head of steam. Perkins realized what they needed to do. Got to get bodies on him, and they did, which kind of deterred the shot there. But Depperschmidt, it's like a 1-on-3 in fast break basketball, man. You got to pick that guy up immediately. You got to pick up ball, and they did right there. And that's what was able to stop that shot attempt from Alex. But still got it off, but a little wide of the goal.
Big ball sent down, just seeing if Normington Slay can catch up. He's at least going to earn a throw-in here for his guys. Put a lot of pressure there on Terrence Corbin to have to make a decision. Now the Pirates had the 18 surrounded. Big ball, Depperschmidt on the run. Great decision to break off the line there from Normington Slay. It's exactly like you said, you got to pick up ball, and he made the decision just to come off his line immediately, not allowing the speed of Depperschmidt to become an ultimate factor.
How nice would it be for Perkins? Look at this setup.
Oh, and Will Perkins! Let's see, are we going to get the flip? Give it to us.
That was disgusting. Wow.
G-Man grossed out by the talent over here. Perkins, hurting Perkins over here as Will.
How did he even get a foot on it?
I think he kicked out with his left foot.
Wow, what a shot. And what a great setup, too. I believe it was Depperschmidt. It's not, Perkins was fighting in this game, and somehow, some way, Lexington still gets out in front, as they usually do when they do here up at Clyde. It's 1-0 in favor of the Minutemen.
And a thing of beauty right there. So nice he put it in the goal twice.
Had hit the flip, too.
Got to. It's his signature now.
It is.
I let him know that.
It is.
So the Minutemen now playing with a little bit of an elevated confidence level. Aggressive play here in the middle of the field. Keeps the ball with the purple and gold.
What I think would have been big too for Perkins is if they were able to get that 1-0 lead, give them some confidence here, up here at Clyde, and also be able to see how Lexington's able to respond to that. They haven't been down a lot so far this season. Obviously, in their losses they've been down, but other than that, it's been pretty much domination for the Minutemen. So, but Will Perkins and Alex Depperschmidt, they said otherwise with a tremendous assist from Depperschmidt to Perkins for the goal.
You're never going to totally shut that dynamic duo down. I mean, you can limit them, maybe a goal or 2 goals in a game, but almost never do they come up empty-handed. Depperschmidt was able to take on a couple of defenders. Connecting pass, though, wasn't there. Disrupted at the last second, as that one deflected as well with the big drive off the right leg of Caleb Spence. So Perkins doing a decent job here in the early going. Lex got 6 shots, just 2 of them have been on frame.
Man, I know we talk about Will Perkins and Alex Depperschmidt, but they have speed, like all over. Like, they're one of the fastest teams that, I've been able to watch in person. Like even Jackson Hussey, he's not one of the strikers, but on that play right there, just able to somehow cross over, make a defender slip and miss. As they bring Slay all the way out to boot this one away.
Lexington just always seems to have dudes all over the field, no matter what season it is. And state Final 4 last season, 2 out of the last 3 they've been there. And it feels like every couple of seasons that we feel like, hey, maybe this will be the time that, kind of dies off. Coach Peter's not going to get to the district title game this year again, is he? Just keeps happening. Just keep putting these excellent teams together season after season. And a standard that's definitely the gold standard in North Central Ohio. Everybody chasing them in the area, as that one chased through under the leg. Substitutions being made now by Perkins. Get a look at Garrett Corso. Going to be playing up top for them. Actually switching to the midfield type of role now.
Don't want to allow Lexington to have any chance to go up 2-0 here and then allow them a lot of confidence to try to pull away.
Nice move, big shot. And that one off target as well. Pirates packing it in defensively. They're keeping about 4 dudes inside the 18 at all times. Making it tough here on Lex, so they're basically playing with an extra defender here in the early portion, G-Man, and hoping that they can just pop one through, get a big ball up to their playmakers. They've been close on a couple of occasions, but against a team like Lexington, you really do got to cash in on those opportunities, like we saw earlier, one-on-one from Noah Normington Slay. As we're going to push off here against Lex. Be their 3rd foul.
You mentioned it, Brian. When you get an opportunity versus Lexington, you got to be able to hit those goals and those chances because they're not going to come very often with the kind of stingy defense that Lexington is. And a lot of their defense comes from their offense. They're going to control the ball. They're going to get a lot of shots on goal, and when you get your chance, you have to make the most of it. And so far here, Perkins has had a couple chances, just none have been able to get to the back of the pipes.
Here's Will Perkins, pushed down. This foul's going to go against Caleb Spence. It'll be the first on the Pirates. And this is perfect spot for Depperschmidt. Try to put one on net. got both him and Zachary Turlo, who's going to go ahead and take a quick swipe at it.
Was arcing. Maybe a little bit lower. Might have been able to sneak into that right corner, but will be a goal kick here for Noah Normanton Slay.
Almost felt like the Minutemen were trying to take him off guard with a quick play. So somewhat of a wasted opportunity off the set piece for Lexington. Ninja kick comes up short there for Dylan Swander. And now Depperschmidt. Wow. Whew. Almost set that up one-on-one for Roberts. I mean, how many kids can do this?
I mean, he put on an onslaught of moves on that defender. Made him look silly, too.
Pirates can't connect up top. Try to sneak it in for Corso. Big ball. This is exactly what they need for Normanton Slay. Got locked up there with Brody Eric, and I believe the whistle's going to go against Lex. Looked like Eric kind of lost his footing. He does fall into him, and it's going to be marked just outside the box, though.
Great chance here for the Pirates. This is one of those chances that you would love to see them cash in if you're a Pirates fan.
So it looks like they're going to set up Dylan Swander against a six-man wall of Lexington. Now they break one player off. But everybody packed in the box right now for Lex, with the exception of Depperschmidt, who's slowly getting far enough away from the ball. Big shot, huge save. And now it's deflected out of harm's way. Wow, that was great opportunity there, but just sick defense by Stewart.
Great play right there from Nolan, keeping that one out of the goal and keeping this 1-0 lead here for Lexington. As we'll see if this offense for the Minutemen can try to get down here and get another shot. Tremendous play defensively as they needed it too.
3 saves now for Nolan Stewart. And he's had to make 2 pretty spectacular saving efforts. But for Lexington, we talk about the defense a lot. I don't think we give quite enough respect, perhaps, to the goalkeeper. And
yeah,
when he has to make saves, kid's been doing it, man. He's at 85 now on the season. Excellent athlete and good vision, too, with that big wall in front of him to be able to identify where the ball was coming at that pace. That last save, truly a big-time effort.
Yeah, it came in there hot, too. It was had a lot of velocity behind it and heat. He's able to stand in there tall, save that one, and keep this 1-0 Lexington lead.
It's off the knee of Spence. Ball went sky high. Now just get it to Depperschmidt. It's been working out so far today. Listen to the communication out there, G-Man. 4 or 5 guys for Lexington, all barking out orders to one another. That's the true mark of an excellent team.
Oh.
Is that feed pure on the muddy, but swiped out of there from the top of the 18. Lex keeping it in bounds, though, as they'll find Perkins, lofts it. Normanton Slay skies up for another save, his 3rd.
It was a nice pass from Depperschmidt, but even better defense from the Pirates to clear it out of there. Not sure how Lexington was able to set it up for a header opportunity from Perkins, but it was just shy as a save from Slay here.
This one's going against the Pirates and Joe Meggett. Minutemen pushing some numbers forward. Husty sends. He's got a big leg, and he's going to find a teammate. He's able to get a foot on it. Not a lot there, though, from Tagliati. And the Pirates, that's the game plan, and almost connected again right there. Let's try to get their guy in a foot race. George back out into the mix here for the purple and gold. And here he is. Knocked out of bounds on the far side. It'll be a Lexington throw-in right in front of their own bench.
I think what makes Lexington so dangerous is when they can get other guys involved that isn't Depperschmidt. You know, like the Turlos of the world, the Perkins, and then George, you just mentioned, check back in the game, Brian. When they get guys like that involved, then they seem to really start beginning to click. Everybody's, you know, on the same page. Is looking for a foot race here with Slay.
Definitely favors that right leg. Saw that he's got extreme power there. Goes to the touchline, lobs it back post. And the header just sails over the top that time from Wells. I like this kid, though, number 9.
I'm surprised there was even an opportunity there. He got enough underneath it to put, you know, some air in it. Was able to, you know, get ahead on it with the Pirates and sailed a little bit, but you know, they've had their chances in this first half. You know, they're staying at least even here with Lexington, just down 1.
4 shots so far for the Pirates. That was the first one that they actually didn't put on frame, so they've at least given themselves a chance with their limited opportunities thus far. Nice move to the outside. Second one, not as good. Turned away. George sets it up for Depperschmidt. Leaves it out wide now for Roberts. And Lex gives it away. I heard Coach Peter not too pleased with that last turnover. And with the small crowd here on hand for kind of, it's like a matinee style affair here. Long drive, of course, from Lexington to get up here to Clyde. A lot of folks probably not off of work or at practice. Now basketball practice now getting underway for teams around the area. Point being, you kind of hear what the coaches are saying all the way over here on this other side.
All the way up here in the press box, in between, you know, the windows and everything. We can still hear Pete yelling. That's kind of competitor he is.
Goal kick on the way here for Lex as we're down to a dozen minutes remaining in the first half, and Perkins doing a nice job just keeping themselves within striking distance, down just 1. Because these are the games that we've seen over the last several seasons. These SBC schools don't usually do too well against the Richland counties. And so far, so good for them. I think definitely have to grade them with an A, what we've seen up to this point. But still a long way to go here with the 11.5 minutes. They definitely, I think, would be happy going into the breakdown just 1 if they can keep it at this goal margin.
That's what makes Lexington so tough, too, is that, you know, they can explode in an instant. And when you got the firepower kind of players that they have, you got to watch your guard, you know, the entire 40 minutes of a half because, you know, they can strike, you know, instantaneously. And their offense is always going to be continuing to try to get going. And great job right there from Lexington on the defensive end. But now Perkins trying to push the attack, and it's going to be a foul.
Take another look here on the replay. Definitely an aggressive move there. Looked like feet kind of got tangled up, though, after the fact, leading to what became the foul. Good looking ball.
Whew. Talk about the hops on Slay right there.
You see, he did a good job, too, of using his body to shield off Jackson Lamp. Just mistimed it. Battle for possession in the midfield, won by Lexington. Delivered on time here to Aram Sanchez. He turns it in for a low shot. And again, we see Normington Slay lay out.
Great shot attempt right there from Lexington. Just sneaking it right underneath the defender, but even a better save from Mr. Slay back there, using that full frame to stretch out with that right paw and save that puppies. It's still 1-0 here in favor of the Minutemen.
These Normington Slays, these brothers, definitely the two key impact players so far for the Pirates. Another good-looking delivery. Sanchez has to come middle with it, and he's got Depperschmidt 1-on-3. He's never scared to try to go at any defense. Looked like a lot of ball, though. And late whistle comes in. I'm not sure why this one was on Lexington.
I think they're calling on Depperschmidt when he reached out when he was on the ground, trying to get a foot on it and deflect it, but
that would have been the only thing that made sense there.
Right.
So a dangerous play ends another potential scoring threat for Lexington. They've got 11 shots now in the match. 5 of them have been on the goal. Nice step, creating a 3-on-3 here. And Alex misfires just barely.
another chance there for Depperschmidt, this time using the left foot. A little bit farther back than he was last time. This one, it was just a little bit more, inwards there. Might have slipped by Slay. He kind of misjudged it and slipped up a little bit. So Perkins still down just one here. They played pretty solid here in this first half, to say the least.
Yeah, no question about it. Been doing a nice job holding their own and executing the game plan fairly well too, G, as we've talked about on a few occasions. They're just playing with the one kid up top, and he's doing a nice job with his opportunities when they're getting it to Normington Slay. He's just usually battling a couple of defenders. Yeah, it looks like we're going to get a yellow card here. Something must have been said to the referee. Depperschmidt wanted to quickly get on the restart, and the ref shut it down after something was said there by Ryan Wells.
Something you don't want to do against this team in Lexington is kind of hurt yourselves. Now sets up a free kick opportunity here for Husty and the Minutemen.
And there's always an opportunity for you, the fans, to be part of the broadcast. Drop us some comments on the Facebook and YouTube and let us know who you cheering for. Where are you watching from today? All the fun nuggets. We need to know. You can end up on our fan zone. Gorgeous fall evening here at Clyde. Temperatures in like the mid-60s, man. Leaves are all changed out there. Just a comfortable night.
A lot different than some of the soccer games from last week.
Yeah. He was out.
Felt like it was...
Man, that Ontario match you were in, that was a rough one.
It was like half rain, half snow. It was like 40 degrees. It was painful. A lot different than tonight. I think a lot of people would pick this weather.
Yeah, what a difference a week can make. We played the girls Pirates, actually, if Perkins played in a snowstorm up in Mansfield last week. Were able to win their first ever sectional championship. We'll be having a live and free showcase as Depperschmidt almost took a tumble there. Doing everything he can to try to keep it in bounds, and then, ooh.
You got to watch that back there. When it goes off that turf, it goes into a new surface. Cleats, we got to slide a little bit when you get over there.
It looks like a jumbo hula hoop back behind the end zone.
Yeah, I believe that's for track and field. Yeah, football uses it for agility. Football uses it for agility. There you go.
Oh, it's a great looking pass. And it's goal number 2 for Lexington. Jack Heibel sauces it.
And that's not what you want if you're a Pirates fan. For Lexington to start, you're hanging right with them and then able to get their second goal here in the first half. And now they're going to continue to try to get their offense going and try to pull away as Lexington gets their second goal of the match. The second one here in this first half as they are up 2-0 here.
That time, Normington Slay made the executive decision to break off of his line. Thought he had to come out and pressure. Hindsight's, 20/20 as they say, but maybe not the best decision in that particular instance, just with the angle. Probably could have made it a little bit tougher on him if he would have stood his ground back in frame, and instead it leads to Lexington adding one on top and looking for more here. Quick throw into Depperschmidt, who lays it off now for Roberts. In no particular hurry. About 6 connecting passes here for Lexington. The last one, though, off target, trying to get Roberts on the run. Good ball now here for Luke. And he's showing off. Nice set of foot skills there with the highlighter shoes. Kind of sticks out when you make a move in those.
How many guys do they have that kind of ability to make a play on their own? They don't even need nobody to pass to. They can hit the crossover, hit the spin moves. Able to do so there, but Perkins eventually able to clear it. So now it's going to be a free kick here for the Pirates. And see if they can get something going here with this, the last 3:50 remaining here in this first half as Slay's going to bomb this one away.
Yeah, it's going to drop right outside of the 6, so basically goes down as a shot there. And he got his brother working, trying to jostle for position. Warded off that time by Eric. Bump's going to go here against Lexington on the far side, and Heibel just scored the goal to make it 2-0. That's one thing that you'll always know about a Lexington team is that they typically have high fouls. They don't really worry about that particular aspect of the game. It's not like the NBA or anything where you get 5 and then you're done. Just they want to get after you. They want to show you that they're a physical presence and that soccer is more than just a prima donna sport, G. I think there's a bit more physicality than the average Joe knows.
Yeah, the men, always a physical team. They like to get after it, and they gamble a bit. And, sometimes it can bite you, but for Lexington, it tends to go their way. As now we're going to see, instead of the physicality here, the speed from Perkins.
Trying to tie some of that finesse in with the physical play. This one's bombed back, played out of the air well by Corbin. Done a nice job. He's been matched up a lot one-on-one with Normington Slay. Won quite a few of those battles. Oh, Roberts to Perkins, who's going to be fouled in the box, grabbing his ankle and just selling it. Look, he's popping up with a smile.
Look at the setup, too, right here. Whew.
Crispy nuggets. Now we'll see if they can get the sauce to dunk it in, make it 3-0 here with a short time goal. Just 2:03 showing on the clock. And Will thinks he got fouled. He should be rewarded. Threw on the theatrics, too.
They're going to go with here.
Yeah, come on. Depperschmidt just, I mean, you can always bank on him in these situations. One of the premier goal scorers in the entire district. Maybe the most exciting. This for the 3-0 advantage. Stutter step. And he hits it top shelf.
Minutemen beginning to pour it on here in this first half. Now going to go up 3-0 here with 2:03 remaining. This one coming from a PK from Alex Depperschmidt. Just knocking it in that left corner. He's going to make Slay kind of go up. He decided to go low. Depperschmidt won that battle as they go up 3-0 here.
And that's just something that probably comes with a lot of practice. He's got a lot of variations on his penalty kicks. And just that little bit of hesitation. He got a read then on what the keeper was trying to do. Saw that he wanted to hit it high. Alex Depperschmidt, one of the best in the biz. And I seen him. He came into the gym. We were doing volleyball after their sectional championship match. And he had his left eye just completely swollen, had a huge cut above it, and he said about every 6 months that happens to him. He's obviously not clumsy or anything, but he bangs heads a lot when he's in the heat of competition. So I'm curious if he ended up going and getting stitches or what became of that, but he just said it's kind of commonplace. Look at that little bicycle kick. It's pretty sweet. Now here's Depperschmidt on the fly, offsides though. Tough break.
Yeah, Coach Tim's not happy with that call.
Well, with his finishing ability, I think he's just so fast when that ball was played. It was a lot closer than it looked than when he received. Sometimes those line judges aren't able to keep an eye on everything. So Perkins down with under 40 ticks remaining on the clock. Haven't had a shot in a while.
No, the defense here for Lexington beginning to get a grip on this offensive attack for Perkins is here. Here will be a shot here, but none other but Nolan Stewart back there to save this one yet again. So now just 20 seconds remain. Lexington up 3-0 here at Clyde.
Swander blistered that one, though. A lot of pace behind that shot. As the clock rolling now under 10. And Lexington with 2 goals in the final 5:28 here in the opening half. Season total control. They're on top 3-0 as we head into the half. Keep it with us. We'll be back with what we saw. Give you kind of our thoughts on the first half. We just set up for half number 2, all the stats and analysis you need. And we'll dive also into the comment section, read off some of those as well. We'll be right back, live and free on the OH Report.
Nice look to Denbo. Well, behind the back move. Oh my goodness, ankle breaker. And it's the shot. Wow.
Are you aggressive in traveling? Are you trapping?
Inside to Holloway. 2-on-2 fast break. Ramsey has it, takes it herself. Off the glass. And Crestview comes back.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate.
What's up, America? Brian Skoronsky here, and if you want to see me and the gang chop it up with some unintelligent conversation, we've got the show for you. Check out the OH Report video podcast every Monday, exclusively, right here on the OH Report.
Happy Halloween!
Hey there, soccer fans, and welcome back to the Mechanics Bank Halftime Report. I'm Brian Skronsky. Garrett Parlett is joining me, and I see that we got some people watching out there as well in the Facebook land, so I want to give a couple of quick shout-outs to Tim and Lois Barger cheering on Lexington, Bob and Fran Beard cheering on Lexington from Frankfort, Indiana for their grandson, Will P. Kim says, let's go Pirates. Still feels like there's a lot of game left, so this one's not over. 40 minutes to go, of course. And then Dan says, wait to go, Jack. Go Lexington. All right, G-Man, let's dive into the stats so far for the first 40 minutes. And, man, I see some big pepperoni pizza over on the sideline. That's a good-looking slice.
Yeah, it's dinner time here for me, so, you know, that's got me a little jelly or being over here in the booth.
So here we go. So 15 shots for Lexington. They've cashed in 3 times, of course, put 7 of those on frame, and they've really dominated the possession in this game, G-Man. And you noted during the first half there that kind of what makes their defense so good, too, is that they got the ball a lot.
Right. Yeah, and they do that with their guys up top. It's mostly Will Perkins and Alex Depperschmidt, but they got guys all around that are able to set them up. Jackson Hussey, he's had a couple balls where he just, he sends it about 30 yards in the air, and then Depperschmidt and Perkins are able to, just make something happen out of nothing with their quick footwork and their amazing moves. So that's been the story so far here, at least for me. I thought Perkins played well in the first 20 minutes of that first half, and then they started to kind of fade away. And that offense for Lexington began to pick up, and that's why they got that 3-0 lead. But I think for Perkins to get back in the game, they got to be a little bit more aggressive on offense. They're going to take a few more gambles because, 40 minutes, you got to get moving, and you're not going to be able to score 3 goals against Lexington, it's got to happen quickly. I think for them to have a chance, they have to score within the first 10, 15 minutes just to get some confidence. And they got to just their aggressiveness has to be at a full tilt to get back in this game against Lexington. Even if Lexington doesn't score again, like they're going to command a lot of time in possession, but their offense for Lexington, they're looking to continue the scoring here.
Minutemen have only allowed 3 goals in a match 3 times this season, so odds are definitely against Perkins making some type of a comeback here. And for the Pirates, I graded them an A for the first 20 minutes. Second 20 minutes, G-Man, it was a bit of a different story. If I got to go back up to the whiteboard, if I'm the teacher, I'm probably giving them more like a D for those last 20 minutes. And a big part of that, too, is just you got to finish, and they weren't able to do that. 2 goals in the last 5:28. Had they been able to roll into the break and it was just a 1-0 advantage for Lexington, boy, are you feeling good about yourself. And then your game plan that you've implemented where you've been sitting back, collectively playing defense with about a flat 4 guys across the board and then packing in with the midfielders and helping out. I think you still could have done that. Not anymore. You're right. You got to come out and you got to score right away here in the second half to put a little bit of pressure on Lexington. And if you don't, it's probably going to be the Minutemen flying their flag into the round of the district finals yet again. Well, of course, the defending champs and, well, have been here since 2017.
Yeah, and you mentioned it, Brian. Perkins, to have a chance, it's got to happen quickly, and I don't. It's hard to see that happening against this Lexington team that's, a powerhouse and state semifinalists last year that lost that to Bay, and they're trying to get back there. They got revenge on their mind, and it's so far the coast is looking pretty clear here, up 3-0 with one, a chance to continue moving on here in the districts and then get the winners of Lexington, Ontario, or Norwalk. But they still got to beat Perkins here. They're going to give their best effort here in the second half. It's just got to come quickly. I think a little bit quicker than Perkins would like it to happen.
That's going to be their big gun, obviously, that's probably going to have to strike for them if they're going to get back into this game. John Normington Slay, big physical presence up top, along with his brother playing in between the pipes tonight. Those two, they got to get a clean sheet here in the second half. Keep Lexington sitting at 3, and then a couple of those big, banging, booming balls that they've been sending forward for number 9. He's got to get underneath at least 1 or 2 of them. Try to get a one-on-one type of answer with the goalkeeper of Lexington. They just don't come very often, those type of opportunities, and that's why when they did have one in the first 10 minutes of the match, it kind of felt like a blown opportunity. As you said, he took the shot from about 15 yards out. Yeah. Could have probably taken one more touch, got in tight. And right now they're still sitting on a goose egg.
And I think if the halftime score was, even 2-0, 1-0 obviously is what you would want it to be. 0-0 would be perfect, but against Lexington, I thought they played really well in the first about 20 minutes of that first half. They were hanging with Lexington. They had a couple of opportunities to get some shots on goal. None of them cashed in, but sometimes just you're a little unlucky. And Lexington's offense, it was going to heat up, and it began to heat up in that last 20 minutes of that first half. Depperschmidt had the PK, which really hurt the Perkins squad. They were just down 2-0. Could have had a chance here in the second half if they were able to start quick. Now even have to start quicker with the offense. The aggressiveness has to be turned up. So we'll see how they respond here, down 3-0 here in the second half.
Lexington to get here as the top seed took care of Clyde, the number 10 seed, at home, 15-0 before an 8-0 victory over Willard to advance here. Sandusky Perkins had a bye in the opening round, and then the 4 seed just edged Vermilion 2-1 to get themselves into this spot. In the late game tonight, we will have a doubleheader for you here up at Clyde. Second-seeded Ontario is going to go toe-to-toe with number 3 Norwalk. 2 teams that met earlier in the season, just to a 1-goal game. And expecting kind of more of the same, though. Ontario definitely, they've lit the fuse here in the tournament. 22 goals, just allowed 1 so far in their 2 tournament games. Norwalk, just a 2-1 victor over Clear Fork. So I think there's a lot of momentum pointing towards Ontario versus Lexington again to decide this district.
It seems as if that happens year in and year out. Well, it's because it does, Brian. Typically playing
You're
up
not
here.
mistaken.
Yeah, so we'll see if Lexington can hold on here. Got the 3-0 advantage over Perkins, and if they're able to do so, Ontario would have to knock off Norwalk, which they already did actually in the regular season, 4-3.
Teams, of course, switching ends here for the second half. So Lexington defending down at this side of the field. Perkins, who has not lost in more than a month, in danger now, but with the ball in the attacking third to start things off here in half number 2. And they're going to get their first opportunity at a corner kick. See how they elect to attack here. They'll send Dylan Swander out to trigger. Obviously the target got to be Normington Slay. But they're going to play it here tight to Blumenkemper. And that shot just knocked out of there by Lexington. And a foul as well against the Pirates. Let's see if we can pick it up here.
Had a great chance there, did the Pirates. They were able to cash in there. Would have been a great momentum, mover for them to get right back into this game. Would have just been down 3-1, but now you see the defense got to start being a little bit more aggressive, take a little bit more chances on, intercepting some of these passes, some of these connecting passes for Lexington. We'll see how their aggressiveness changes here throughout this half.
Minutemen with some nice ball movement. Throw it up to Depperschmidt. And Alex, kind of like a no-look pass there, just putting it out in space, seeing if someone was going to go make a play for him. Excellent break that time by Normington Slay. Another good ball, and Alex, he's been able to make himself available in the midfield very frequently here this evening.
Yeah, regardless how many defenders surround him, it really doesn't matter the kind of foot skills that Alex has.
Gonna get a big shot from distance through the goalposts. Turlo electing to pull up from about 25 yards. Nice flick forward. But Normington Slay again, he had a good read on that one.
Another fantastic pass from Alex. This one using his head. George just not able to get there in time. As Slay able to come off his line right there and save that. And keep this at 3-0.
Almost an opportunity there right in the middle of the field created by Blumenkemper. Still jockeying for the ball. Minutemen again able to get it to Depperschmidt. Seems like there's a lot of space available in the midfield right now for Lexington, and trying to attack by just making some runs and pushing it back behind the defense. So for them, the goal is just to maintain your positioning, stay on sides. Just let one of these really gifted midfielders try to spot you at the right time. But kind of changing up the perspective here did Lexington before they ran into trouble. Jacob Savage taking it away, one of the captains here for the Pirates. Now off the break, George. About to pace off there. So it's punched out of bounds. Minutemen waiting for the throw. Allowing a couple players to get up, get involved. Looks like some of these midfielders are kind of gun shy about coming up and pressuring because Lexington's got so many kids They're just great with the ball. Now they allow him to leak through. Could be a big opportunity here for Lex. Will Perkins from the wing. Sends it. And it sails. Perkins, though, with a solid opportunity here. Second shot for Lex in the second half.
It came off his foot like a missile, too.
Zoom.
Just over top of that goal back there. Slay didn't have to even have to put a hand on it. It flew right over top as now Lexington continue to keep up the pressure on offense.
Roberts to Depperschmidt makes a move. Now with the left foot deflected. Perkins trying to find some options out there. Now looking for the big throw. I mean, he backed up like 20 yards, G-Man. Lets it fly. Now a big carry, the shot. Deflected out of there by Corbin. Boy, has he been good so far tonight. Terrence Corbin basically locked up man-to-man with John Normington Slay all evening. That's what Lex pretty consistently has always had, is just a great sweeper on the back line. Can just take on your best guy, take him out of the equation more often than not.
So far here in the second half, his first 7 minutes have been pretty much dominated from Lexington in terms of time of possession. Another chance here off the head, but it's going to go wide here for Lexington. Another great opportunity for the Minutemen. This one not able to cash in.
I mean, how many different ways can Alex Depperschmidt cook with the salt? Like, he can make any meal, it seems like, with those 2 feet of his. That time gets it to Turlo. He's the craftiest dude that I've watched play so far this season. Not just in his ability to pass, but then he can set up with both feet and shoot from anywhere. Stud, man. I think we've kind of said it all about that kid. Yeah. And he deserves every bit of praise that he gets. He's a real intelligent, smart, nice guy that just has a big shiner right now, but wearing it like a badge of honor. It's still looking, we had a zoom in of him before the break. Still looking pretty rough. Lexington using every inch of the field here in the second half for these first 9 minutes. They really have been distributing, just trying to find some pockets and some angles.
Really making Perkins cover a lot of ground, and they're able to find connecting passes as Lexington. You see right here getting back to Depperschmidt there in the middle.
And he sets up Will Perkins, one-timer. Air raid with the left. But I think that was probably double-digit passes. Just getting into space, moving, forcing the defense to make the chess move with you. It results in just a shot that's off target. But for Lex, that is some pretty quality offense on display.
I think if you're, Perkins, you got to get the ball away from Depperschmidt. I know it's
good luck.
Yeah, but I mean, this dude, regardless of where he's at on the field, I mean, he's always making a play. He had the setup to Perkins there. Not able to cash in was Will, but wherever, Depperschmidt's at, he's right here. See if he gets his foot on it. And definitely does.
Yeah, he will with the theft and the shot. Back post. Ridiculous.
Man, this dude is an animal. Alex Depperschmidt right there, somehow splitting defenders and then finding that back left post. Is now Lexington looking to move on.
I mean, it looked like it was just going to be a simple clear by Perkins. Nah, this dude's too fast. He comes up, he pressures, he comes away with the steal, splits a double team, beats the keeper. Goal number 23 on the season, his second so far here of the evening.
I mean, he had 2 defenders on him plus the keeper, too. Little 3-on-1 action. I mean, this dude's smooth as butter, too. Take a look at the replay here. Just finds the only open area to put it. Knocks it through as the Minutemen up 4-0.
Doesn't do a side flip, though, after he scores.
Yeah, that's true.
Kind of more cool when Will Perkins gets one in. But we're not going to hold that against Alex. I mean, he got 2 goals and an assist so far already. Set up Will Perkins, who then in turn did kind of set him up by earning the foul that put him at the PK stripe. But for Sandusky Perkins, now it's danger zone time. That 4-goal mark, nobody's been able to crack that against Lexington all season long. So stout defensively, and especially with the way that they're possessing here, looks are just going to be in such a low form of quantity here for the Pirates. Might have to start trying to rearrange some things. As Depperschmidt just misfired with that one, trying to hook up with George.
I think George thought that Depperschmidt was going to take that himself. And then at the last second, Alex decided to dish it off to George, and he was a little too late on that rotation as the keeper able to get his hands on it. And now on the other end, it's going to be, I believe, a foul against Perkins.
That might be. You know what? Let me throw a knock against Alex out there. He's not Mr. Perfect. Sometimes I would like to see him just go ahead and unload and shoot. He's so crafty that he's trying to set up guys, and he sees 2 plays ahead that some of his teammates aren't even ready for it, like you were just saying. So I think if Alex just decided to be a little bit more aggressive in terms of looking for his shot, might even benefit the team a little bit. He does have like 75 points, though, on the season. It's kind of a lot.
It's hard to go wrong when you're able to, produce the numbers.
They don't lie. So for Perkins right now, just playing with a couple of guys up, and they're really going to be relying on them to try to make some individual efforts. Haven't been able to. It's been a different story for Lexington here in the second half. They're definitely strength in numbers getting forward in the attack. Though that counter comes to a close and will end with a foul here. Looks like Perkins will have an opportunity with a free kick after Wells got dropped down.
Just not been able to, stay with this offensive attack from Lexington. This Perkins defense has struggled here tonight. Lexington, it's such a smooth team. I mean, they're able to find teammates, throughout the entire field, and we've seen it more in the second half. They're really using the entire width of the field, and to kind of spread out this defense from Perkins and able to find teammates. As this one's a bomb from the keeper.
Yeah, Normington Slay coming up. I like that they use him in these situations because he's got such a strong, booming leg. Had one that counted as a shot in the first half. But this time, Lexington, the first to the ball, and this is where they can hit you. Trying to drop the boom with that counterattack, though. Slowing the pace a little bit. Big shot for George. Can't bring it down to the feet, but he's got friends lurking behind. Roberts sends one now. Depperschmidt perfectly timed that run.
Let me ask you this, Brian. You'll probably have a better knowledge of this than me. Now, has Depperschmidt ever lost to Ontario in his high school career? It would have to have been regular season, right?
Yeah.
Which I
think Lexington's won 4 straight in the regular season against them. And in the tournament, of course, perfect. So, yeah, kind of owns them. If you did the "Who's Your Daddy" chant on the sideline for the championship match, if those two teams are out there, I think we know the answer. Might get it, too. I mean, some of the Lexington fans, they're pretty creative.
Yeah, Purple Haze.
Big shout-out. Unfortunately, again, like it's such an early contest out here in the distance of the drive. We don't have like a great fan base out here today on either side. It's okay, but it doesn't have like a big tournament feel for that district championship match, which if it is going to be Ontario versus Lexington, it'll likely be moved to Richland County. That place is going to be packed, and those are my two favorite fan bases for soccer. They'll come out, they'll show out. It'll be a really fun night, and that'll be on Thursday. I believe 7 p.m. start is what that's slated for. 6 p.m. actually. Smooth for Depperschmidt. Poked out, though.
I mean, how is he even able to catch up here?
I don't know. He's faster than everybody else.
I mean, he's like a solid 5 yards, behind that defender. He's able to catch up, and then he's even able to get a foot on it. As the cross here from Lexington just sails over top.
Wow, this one really, pretty close. Almost dropped one in the cup right there. 5 shots for Lex, though, in the second half. The only one that's been on target was the score. So Perkins defensively is at least forcing Lex to take some difficult shots. But my question almost always is, at this juncture of the game, does it matter if you're down 4-0 or 8-0? You gotta start getting some offense, and they're really leaving their dude on an island up there, Jon Slay.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you got to send everything you got, to the goal and get some offense going. Because regardless if you lose 8-2 or 4-0, it's still the same loss. Still goes in the same category. So I think there's going to be a moment, maybe a time where the coach is finally like, all right, send the dogs. We got to get everything we can go. So we'll see if that changes here. As Jon Slay not able to corral that one.
I like to see both John and Noah up top. Just go ahead and send the keeper and just see what you can do with a defender hanging back, because those are two big physical guys. Be fun. But that's what they don't ask me for my coaching advice ever when I go talk to coaches before the games.
They definitely don't ask me.
No opinions ever asked out of us. I'm still a proponent, though. I think for just a 1-minute sesh every half, maybe just once a game, you're allowed to throw out a secondary ball. Just a bonus ball, just for a minute.
Yeah, I like that idea.
It'd be very entertaining. And, which ball do I go? Do I flow over here? Do I go over there? Could definitely take it to the next level. So if I do ever get my own sports league, G-Man, which I've been daydreaming about for quite some time, that will be one of the rules that is implemented in my style of soccer. This guy can play any style, but an amazing last-second save and a big hug there. Talon Walton. Whew. Sick burst. Check this out. Watch this acceleration. You thought this was going to be an easy one.
Man, he was just in time, too. Was Walton able to save that one and keep Depperschmidt from continuing to add to his stat line. Saving that one for his buddy, Normanton Slay. And now a cross here for Depperschmidt.
As that header dropped down, but into the hands of Normanton Slay. Another big save for him. Really skies up. Big pause. And that'll go down as his first save here of the second half. Had 4 in the first. And here comes his brother John. Poked away. Excellent defense. And a lot of confusion. Never heard a whistle up here. I think Perkins maybe just suspecting that there was going to be one. But instead they're able to collect their thoughts. And they're going to draw a foul. And obviously, frustration right there. See it on the Barrister title group replay. And a yellow card issued.
I mean, that seems as if that's been the deepest the ball's been for Perkins here in the second half offensively. A little bit of frustration there from Jon Slay, and now he's been really their best offensive player here tonight. Now, since he's got to check out of the ball game, where's the offense going to come from? And it's got to come in bunches too. Down 4 here with 21:05 remaining here in the second half.
And John's taking a walk. The coach came over and wanted to talk to him, and he's going on a stroll. Needs a little time to himself, and sometimes that's for the better.
Yeah.
Just deep breaths, get mad, go take it out on yourself. And I'm sure they're going to have to check him in right away. Tristan Blooming-Kemper is who spelled him out. Will Perkins dropped down to a knee, still able to get the pass off, but whistle comes in with the foul. And no question there, ripped down by Raymundo Gill. So Alex with a quick play, triggers it up top for Luke. Deflected back out. Alex will maintain possession here, goes right at a couple defenders, and he draws another whistle. Like, come on. Triple teams have no chance.
Just too much speed, too much elusiveness from Depperschmidt. And another free kick here, and I'm sure he's going to be the one that has the opportunity to take it. Here's about to dip under now, 20 minutes remaining here in the second half.
Depperschmidt already with a couple goals and assists. Had that last goal robbed on the great play by Talon Walton. And it will be Alex sending one high over the frame. Seventh shot here in the second half for Lex. 4 of them have missed the mark. Make sure that you're getting in the game. Use that hashtag FanZone on the Twitter, or just drop us a comment on Facebook and YouTube. And your thoughts just might be featured right here on our broadcast. Check out your comments here in just a couple of minutes. But I always love hearing from the fans. Makes the game a lot more entertaining. We've had some pretty awesome games getting, like, I don't know, 7,500 comments where a lot of back and forth. It's almost like a conversation.
That's what makes it fun, too, when you're able to interact. Especially when you get those cool, kind of heartfelt ones where they're watching from across the country. Or
yeah. That's why we do what we do, to allow people anywhere where internet can be found to have live and free sports in the palm of your hands. Technology is a wonder. It's right there on your social media. Love having the games on the Facebook. So great. And for those of you that feel like maybe you're technologically like a little underwhelming, I mean, it makes it so easy these days on the Facebook or the YouTube just to share the screen right up onto your television. All just ran right through your smartphone.
I think you've seen Perkins here the last couple minutes get at least a little bit more aggressive on their attack. It hasn't amounted to anything, but let's see if Lexington here on the counter gets anything to go, and it will be cleared from Perkins.
Yeah, solid pressure that time from the Pirates, and Swander to force Will to give it up about a step before he wanted to. I think that one's going to leak through out of bounds. It will. Too much for Sanchez out wide. As the Pirates starting to run out of opportunities here. Clock melting away, 16.5 minutes to go. Lexington looking to add one more. Big ball cross field. And no problem that time for Slay. Save number 2 for him. 6 total.
Big tackle right here.
Lexington certainly did not like the call. It's going to be a big opportunity now for the Pirates. Try to trim the deficit down to 3 with a big goal. Swander's got it teed up, and he drives it. Good-looking hooking ball. Just a little bit too much heat.
A little too much air underneath that one, but it was a good shot. You know, had the curve to it. Was almost, you know, almost bending in there. Stewart was right on it though. If it was low enough, I think he had a chance to save it and knock it down. But yeah, the aggressiveness, I think, for Perkins is beginning to pick up just a little bit. I think you can see the frustration, but I think at this point you got to send everything you got. Down 4-0, about to be 15 minutes remaining in this one. You know, you got to get your best offensive players out in space, and now you see John Normington Slay check back in to the ball game.
That was the first shot in the second half by the Pirates. Minutemen have done a phenomenal job of just possessing, playing keep away in the second half. White jersey starting to funnel forward though now, as they'll have a throw in deep here in Minutemen territory. And it looks like Normington Slay's got a big throw. Gonna let him get a running start. Sometimes these can act just like corner kicks. Lexington, though, able to clear. Blooming Kemper initially was able to get a little piece of the dome on it. Just look at the poise and the control out here by Lexington. Just never seemed bothered by anything. Never in a hurry.
They make it look so effortlessly. I mean, Depperschmidt especially, man. I mean, the move he put on about the 40-yard line, you know, it's not going to get a lot of praise, but the defender didn't really know where he was going. Took a guess, and a gamble was the wrong way that Alex wasn't going. And I think that's what makes a player so special, is not only just their speed in general, but also the other factors that, you know, draw into that, like their agility, their change of direction, and some of those other, you know, facets that go into that kind of athletic ability. And of course, speed with the ball, and he has tremendous amounts of that.
Oh, good look. Incredible acrobatic save off the shot from Turlo. That was dynamite from Noah. Check this out on the replay. Kick save. Oh, the setup inside. Just taken away last second. Whoop.
And I think Noah Normington Slay, I mean, I think he's played a solid game here. And the opportunities that he's had to try to, you know, save his team and kind of keep them afloat, keep the ship from sinking. He's done a solid job as the cross here from Lexington will go out of play. So, almost 12 minutes remaining, Brian, and Perkins still goose egg on the scoreboard.
And just 6 total shots so far in the contest. 1 produced here in the second stanza. It's been all Lex. Normington Slay trying to change that, had a head of steam. But the Minutemen packing it back in defensively. And off the bad giveaway here, Minutemen put it out of bounds. Right back to Normanton Slay. Makes a good-looking 1v1 move. Now they'll drop it in the box back post, and the angle there. Pretty nice. Off the header from Landon Williams.
Yeah, there's their best setup here, I believe, of the night. Great chance. Header opportunity for the Pirates. This one not able to cash in, but you like that play right there. Giving your guy a chance, able to get some contact on it. Just a little bit too much, as they'll stay scoreless here.
Big skying ball, takes a hop, stays inbounds. I think. Nope, they're going to say that it's out right here in front of us. Nice read that time by Sanchez. And Lexington going to make a quick substitution. As we're down to just 10 minutes to go, Minutemen looking to get back to the district finals. Trying to win their 5th in a row. Amazing, the streak that they've been on. Just never seemed to have a drop-off, and a lot of great young players on the roster, too, for Lexington. Good distribution, give and go. Depperschmidt had it deflected.
Another great chance there for Depperschmidt to get in the scoring column once again, but look at the attack here from Perkins on the counter.
Not going to result in a shot, though. Definitely disappointment there from Caleb Spence. Did a lot of work to get it down in the attacking third. Minutemen just made the right play at the right time. As Husty makes a nice spin and whirl out of there. Now sends it cross field, setting it up for Turlo. Well, I see he has some grandparents watching out in Maine. Want to say what's up to Grampy and Grammy watching in Benton. Ever been to Maine, G-Man?
Is that a trick question, Brian, or no?
I don't think so.
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Actually, with you.
Oh, did we go to Maine? I don't think we went to Maine.
Did we not? Well,
It felt
we probably flew over it.
Yeah, we might have. It's at the very tippy top of the United States. So, it's, I mean, it's a – you got to work to get up there.
So maybe we didn't then.
Yeah, you and I, we were in, I think, Massachusetts, definitely New York, Indianapolis, Chicago. Where else did we go this summer? We got around. Iowa. Oh, yeah.
Can't forget about Iowa.
Shouldn't have brought it up. Now that Italian food is going to be on my mind for a while. And all I have is beef jerky to hold me over.
You don't think about Iowa, too, and think about pasta. I was blown away.
I do. That's all I think about now when I think about Iowa. That and bad offense from the Hawkeyes. Man.
Yikes.
Buckeyes sauced them up on Saturday. That was a fun game. You see Kate Stover jump over that kid?
I did. Lexington's own.
Oh.
Yeah, that was awesome. Made it look effortless, too. And he's like, what, 255, 260?
He's all swolled up now.
Yeah.
All tatted. Kate, man, what a guy. I was just talking to a sponsor today that said kid actually battling some cancer right now at Lexington High School. Cade was nice enough to sign a bunch of merchandise and going to auction it off, try to make some money as that one sells too tall. Yeah, the Pride of Lex been looking good. They got quite a few guys that are out playing at the next level and a lot of different sports. Obviously one of the best cross-country programs in the state of Ohio, regardless of division. Got great baseball players all over the place. And that's always that's a stunning backdrop here. That's one of the coolest pieces of architecture out of high school that I've seen. That and they've added to it over the years. I love the LED lights that they got going on now.
Yeah, last year I'd not seen that they had the lights, so maybe either they just added them or maybe they just turned them on for the special occasion for Lex. So cool little addition over there.
George waited on it. Was able to suck out the keeper. Did this go off him? I don't think so. So you think they would turn on the airplane just for Lexington and maybe shut it off for the late game? Not, if you're not the district champion,
well,
we don't light up for you?
I remember I was up here for football. It was Clyde versus Galleon, and they didn't have it on.
Oh.
So maybe it's a new addition.
I think it's got to be. Yeah, I've not noticed it before. Definitely sets the night on fire out here. It's pretty cool. Closing in on the 5-minute mark. Minutemen looking to pour it on. Beautiful slide tackle. Shuts down the scoring thread here for Lex. Now a big bomb. See who gets there first. It'll make its way into the hands of the keep. Nolan's been a solid steward back there for the net. See how that worked out there? Not somebody.
I heard it, but I
didn't appreciate it.
I didn't appreciate it.
That's okay.
Until I seen the head nod.
They're not all winners, G-Man. All I can do is try.
It was a valiant effort.
Think we're gonna get a late offsides call? Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna say that Mac was offside when he first touched it. Whistle just came in kind of late.
So I think at this point, Brian is to keep the the audience kind of in speculation here. We're gonna get another Lexington, Ontario district final. I guess you have to stay and see.
Yeah, make sure that you hang out, get some snacks, get comfy in your nighttime clothes, a little cold beverage, and we got a late edition coming up here. Have Norwalk, number 3 seed, taking on the number 2 seed in Ontario, and heading into tonight, that was the match that we thought we'd get the best competition in. Though 2 tries here come up empty for Lex, and they have had a bunch of them. Pretty play here from Gomez with the shot. Another nice save. Done a little too much on the follow from Lamb.
Not a solid night. Has the keeper back there for the Pirates, but just some of those you're not going to save them all. And Lexington's had a plethora of shots back there. Depperschmidt and company have been doing a lot of work in the box, and a lot of those have cashed in. So they got the 4-0 lead here and looking to move on to play the winner of Ontario and Norwalk.
He saved 8 of the 13 shots on net. Body's getting tangled up out there. Lexington's got some of their younger guys in there, but on the back line, keeping in a few of the starters as, wow. Did he have the angle for that? I think he did. Insane goal by Normington Slay.
Not even sure how he caught up to that one either. Not only got the size, but also got the speed. Is a big collision with the keeper, too.
Yeah, Stewart grabbing the back of his right knee. Tough to tell there. Can we rewind the replay a little bit more and see that full collision? I don't think our producer's paying attention to us. And I think he's teary-eyed, maybe that this might be his last game. Don't see on here if he's a senior or not. He is one of the captains. I think just letting a little emotion pour out before the final whistle. He's had such a strong season and 10-match unbeaten streak heading into this one.
The only offensive chance they've had, it's been, from Jon. And tonight, finally able to cash in one here in the latter half of this game. Just about 2 minutes remaining in this one. Let the emotions flow as Lexington here trying to hold on to a 4-1 lead.
So a lot of junior varsity assets out there right now for Lexington. Keeping Depperschmidt out there. Just to always have that comfort blanket. So we're down to the final minute. Yeah, one more reminder to stick around for the second half of tonight's doubleheader. And then also we're going to have some live and free volleyball tonight, G-Man.
I think we all know who's going to be on the call for that one.
Got to be Big Mac Trav, along with Hayden Gray. Got Gallion and Colonel Crawford tonight.
That'll be a good one.
Yeah, Crawford's had a really good season. They hadn't won a tournament game in quite a few years, I guess, I learned today and until this season. And now breaking into the round of districts where they're going against a perennial power in our area. Yeah. Gallion Tigers always a big threat. Perkins would love to close out this match. One last reason to cheer. They're not going to get that opportunity. As Lexington going to tee it up with Stewart and just let this thing run out. Big performance here tonight for the Minutemen. As the sun setting here in Clyde and sets on the Pirates season. As their 2022 campaign comes to a close, but the Minutemen's maybe just beginning here in the tournament as they punch their ticket into the round of the district finals. Those two right there, big reason why. Stick around for our Mechanics Big post game. We'll have some final stats for you and also an interview with our player of the game. I think it's got to be that kid right there, number 2, Alex Depperschmidt. That's all on the way after a quick break.
Nice look to Denbo. Well, behind the back move. Oh my goodness, ankle breaker. And it's the shot. Wow.
Being aggressive and traveling. Or he's trapping.
Inside to Holloway. 2-1-2 fast break. Ramsey has it, takes it herself. Off the glass. And Curfew comes back.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to this song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Welcome into the Mechanics Bank post game. It's a 4-1 victory for Lexington tonight, punching their ticket into the district championship as they knock off Sandusky Perkins. I'm Brian Skronsky. Got Garrett G-Man Parlett with me. And G, what do we see out here? Just kind of business as usual?
We've seen a familiar foe out here in Lexington continue, their dominance here in this area, in this district, headed to another, district title game. And it could be against a familiar foe, but that's on the other side of this game, Brian. That's Ontario versus Norwalk. They'll play the winner of them on Thursday night. But, it was dominance per usual by the guy at the head of things for them in Lexington. That's Alex Depperschmidt. A couple goals here tonight. Had an assist. He was all over, the field out there, covering the sideline with his speed, using his passing ability. His footwork was on full display here tonight. He had a great game. So did others, too. Nolan Stewart, kept it pretty clean back there until the final minutes for the Minutemen here tonight. But a big win. I think they they expected this. I think that the more as we get farther down the road, competition is going to continue to get better and better. I think they're looking forward to this game on Thursday night, depending, whoever they play.
I think that they would want Ontario if you ask them. They're happy to get another shot at the Warriors and continue their dominance over them if it allows and they're able to get past Norwalk. We'll check out the final stats of the night presented by Mechanics Bank, where that's better banking. 28 shots here for Lexington. They hold Perkins to just 9 and just the time of possession. Again, we saw it in the first half. Lexington even controlled for more of the pace of play in half number 2, G-Man. It's a phenomenal team with a lot of different playmakers, and they utilized pretty much everybody in the second half. It was a little bit different looking than the first. Really relied on spacing, ball movement, big-time control, and they kind of were able to put the game away with just icing out Perkins, not giving them any opportunities.
And they were so much better here tonight with their ball movement, and finding teammates and being able to pass the ball around. They did it with ease, and then to get in their playmakers like Will Perkins and Alex Depperschmidt and Dylan George, and they were able to really finish off those big plays that they needed to, and especially Depperschmidt. I know we've praised him all night, but he was the head of things here tonight. He dominated when he had the ball on his foot. He was able to find teammates and just making tremendous plays when it looked like there was nothing there. He'd find space and be able to get a shot on goal. It was a tremendous effort, really, from the entire Lexington team. But Depperschmidt here tonight, that's why, Brian, he's going to be our MVP.
Yeah, no question. You saw there on the previous highlight, he's able to set up Will Perkins for a beautiful goal. That one sick as well from Heibel. And then the next 2 of the match belonged to Alex. This one in the PK, and you'll see just a bit of hesitation. Gets a read on the keeper, blasts it where nobody can get it. And then the last goal for Lexington also, of course, belonging to Alex. And then this is a thing of beauty.
I don't even know how he's able to split defenders and then basically take a 3-on-1 and somehow find the only hole that is there and be able to get a foot on it, and then be able to score it too. So it was just a great effort here tonight. He showed why he's the best player, to me at least in the area. At least with the ball on his foot, he's the most crafty, and he's able to somehow, find areas to operate when nobody else will be able to.
Normington Slay with the lone goal for the Pirates there at the end of the contest. 2:01 showing on the clock to make it a 4-1 contest. All right, guys, we're going to step aside one more time. It looks like Alex is making his way up here to the press box, so we will have a conversation with him, our MVP, right after this.
Very nice look to Denbo. Beautiful behind the back move. Oh my goodness, ankle breaker. And it's the shot. Wow.
Being aggressive and traveling. Or he's trapping.
Inside to Holloway. 2-on-2 fast break. Ramsey has it. Takes it herself. Off the glass. And Crestview comes back.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
We are back now with our Mechanics Bank player of the game, Alex Depperschmidt. 2 goals, big assist for you in a 4-1 victory. Moving on to the district championship round where you've been every season so far of your career. Did it just feel kind of like business as usual for Lex tonight?
Definitely. Couldn't underestimate him. We had to go out and take care of business, but it's kind of the staple now. It's the expectation, so we had to go out there and get things done.
And for you, you were getting things done. Your teammates were looking for you often. They were finding you. It seemed like any time that you wanted to kind of take control of the contest that you did tonight, did you feel like you were able to find a pretty good zone out there on the field in terms of your ball handling, your distributing? I mean, everything was working for you.
Yeah, definitely. They sat back a little bit more, so it made it a lot easier for guys in the middle to make runs into certain spots, and I could drop into spaces where they took the players out of the way, so it helped a lot.
At what age did you start messing around with the soccer ball? Because your foot skills and heavy traffic, I think you're unmatched in players that I've seen this season.
Thank you. It's I think around 5. I think my older brother, I started playing, and so I think his 5th. Yeah, no, not 5th. 5 when I was 5
years old. Yeah. So when you were around the house, you just play with a soccer ball a lot, like when you were just at the crib?
Yeah, I used to dribble through the kitchen a lot. My mom didn't like it a lot. I used to hit him with the ball a lot, especially my older brother. He didn't like that, but yeah, they definitely got annoyed.
Yeah, it's paying off. And I seen after your sectional championship, you had a big black eye. It looks like it's gotten a lot better. So you're healing fast, but you're a physical player out there. Even though you're fast and you've got the nice finesse. Talk also about just not caring about if you're running into battle. You'll take on 2, 3, 4 guys often.
Yeah. Growing up playing against my older brother, he kind of beat me up a lot, so I'm used to it a little bit. So I go in there, you got to make things happen, and sometimes you take a body for it.
Well, you were able to do that tonight. Moving on again to the district championship round. So we got to jump off here pretty quick. Norwalk and Ontario about to go head-to-head. But if you're being honest with me, you kind of want to see the Warriors, don't you?
Yeah, we see them every year. It's a good rivalry, good team to play, so it should be fun.
All right, any quick shout-outs you want to make?
Nope, I'm good.
Not today, you sure?
No.
Okay, Alex Depperschmidt, our MVP, presented by Mechanics Bank. Awesome performance,
Thank you,
my
man.
guy.
Appreciate it.
All right, that is going to wrap up Game 1 here at Clyde. Still got the second half of the doubleheader to go. Stick around. We'll have a new stream coming up. Norwalk versus Ontario. That's next.